welcome to RIT SportsZone. I'm John DeTilio. After finishing last in the College Hockey America regular season standings, many wrote off the RIT women's hockey team. But when the playoffs arrived, the Tigers silenced their critics, capturing their second straight conference championship and the program's first automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. RIT earned a day with Minnesota, the #1 overall seed. The Gophers looking for their third national title in the last 4 seasons. Minnesota jumped on the Tigers in the first. Kate Schipper scores. The Gophers scored twice in the first 5 minutes to take a 2-0 lead. But RIT would respond on the power play. Carly Payroll nets her 6th goal of the year. It was a 2-1 game. But penalties proved costly for the Tigers. Rachel Ramsey winds up and beats Allie Biddington for the power play goal. It was 3-1 Minnesota after 1. The Gophers would add 2 more power play goals. They went 3 for 5 on the man advantage. Minnesota ends RIT season with a 6-2 victory.
Minnesota's a tough team. That's the best team we've seen all year, no question about it. And they look like a veteran squad out there, and they are a veteran squad playing in the last 3 national championship games, and they played like it today. As soon as we got our first goal, it sparked up the bench again, and then I thought we were hanging in there with them, and then an ill-timed penalty got us, and when you let I think it was Ramsey that teed one up from the blue line, and it just, that's not the player you want teeing one up from the blue line, with a clear look, and it definitely puts you right back on your heels again when you think you're taking a step forward.
What do you think of RIT's goalie? Obviously, there's a lot of goals on the board, but she was pretty much up to the task most of the game.
She stopped a lot, and I think early, when we got that one early, she looked a little deep in her net and maybe lacked some confidence there in the first 15 minutes or so, but after that, in particular in the third and later in the second, I thought she was tremendous.
Yeah, I think nerves were definitely played a part in that the opening 5-10 minutes there. Not used to playing some of the players of that caliber, so just kind of getting accustomed to it, and I think, yeah, I definitely would have liked to have the first period back for sure, and I think definitely got accustomed to it as the game went on, and it felt better as the game went on, so yeah, unfortunately, first period didn't go as I'd hoped, but I thought the team did a really good job battling the whole way through.
Coach, what has the senior class meant for this program?
They mean everything to me. What they've done, what they've accomplished, you can't write a better story than what these guys have done. They will be missed, and after the game, it's sad where they're choked up, they're upset obviously in the locker room, and I'm upset with them, and they're lifelong Tigers forever, and if there's anything that they'll ever need, I'll be the first one to step in line and I'll get it done for them. That's how close we are as a team and as a family.
How would you like to be remembered?
We love proving people wrong, and that's what really I think is important to us, is to let those girls below us know that you can do anything you set your mind to as long as you work hard, and hopefully they learn and they're coming back.
I think the biggest thing is just to show how much the hard work pays off over the whole 4 years. The transition that we've had from our freshman year to now, it just kind of shows how much you can build each year and what you're capable of. Coming in 6th seed in the CHA, we knew that wasn't where we belonged this year, and we proved that, made a step forward every year. So just passing that down to other classes, I think just that mentality and the run that we've had in the playoffs over all 4 years too, just that mentality of stepping it up when you have to, and just it's just kind of everything we've experienced over the 4 years. We want to be remembered by all of it. This is a program that has a tremendous amount of potential, and we've showed that with the growth over the last 3 years. So I'm really excited to see where the program ends up. If people didn't know who we were, they definitely know now.
The Golden Gophers went on to defeat Wisconsin and Harvard in the Frozen Four to capture the program's 5th national title, tying Minnesota for the most championships in women's hockey history. Welcome back to SportsZone. For the first time since the 2012 season, the RIT men's hockey team earned a spot in the Atlantic Hockey Association semifinals. The Tigers matched up with Canisius at the Blue Cross Arena with a spot in the AHA title game on the line. First period winding down. Canisius can't clear the zone, and the MGM line strikes. Matt Garbowski to Brad McGowan. RIT took a 1-0 lead after one. Tied at 1 in the second with under 5 minutes to play. Danny Smith puts in his own rebound, his 6th goal in the year, 2-1 RIT. Jordan Ruby made some big stops down the stretch en route to 27 saves. Wayne Wilson wins his 300th game as RIT, and the Tigers advance to the conference championship with a 2-1 win over Canisius. RIT 1-2 all-time in the AHA title game, facing off against Mercyhurst for the championship. After a scoreless first period, we pick it up in the second. Tigers with numbers, watch the passing. McGowan to Garbowski to Josh Mitchell for the goal. It was 2-0 RIT. 2-1 in the third when the Lakers turn it over. That starts a 2-on-1 break for RIT, and Andrew Miller nets the wrister to give the Tigers a 3-1 lead. And it was fitting that the MGM line closed things out. Brad McGowan scores one of his 2 goals on the night. The MGM line tallied 3 goals and 5 assists to lead RIT to a 5-1 victory over Mercyhurst. With more from the Blue Cross Arena, here's SportsZone's Laura DiMartino.
The RIT Tigers claim victory against the Mercyhurst Lakers 5-1 as they punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. This will be the Tigers' first advancement to the tournament since 2010 when they played in the Frozen Four.
Talk about the feeling of accomplishment, just the fun that was the celebration, the corner crew waving the flag and everything going on the ice right after.
I mean, we've been through, like for juniors, all of us have come from winning backgrounds, and you really gotta soak in that moment. And yeah, so when you can see like that, those tangible results of our hard work and get to see the corner crew, just everyone react, and you just gotta have that awe sense and like, okay, this is awesome. You need to enjoy this.
You just can't even describe it. It's just something we've been working for all year. And you know, my first 2 years here, it was kind of a disappointment for us. And you know, to get where we are now is just, there's not even words that can describe it. You know, we're just real happy to have the best fans in our conference.
The last time I was here was freshman year, and had a sour taste in my mouth ever since then. So, we had this goal all year, and it's kind of going out with a bang as a senior. I know you guys can speak for you two as well. I mean, it's real nice, obviously, to win the Atlantic Hockey, and now we're just looking forward from there.
You just do what you do. You've got to be the best at what you can, and you're always hoping it's enough. My thing will be enjoy. We'll keep working, and we want to get better than we were this weekend. So whatever that may be in, we'll do that. We'll take a look at what they do. We pay attention to what other teams are doing, but we still want to play our game. We feel good about ourselves. And we know whoever we play is going to be a great team. So, and wherever we have to go. So we look forward to the challenge, and we'll bring our A game. I think as long as we just stay within ourselves and play our game and put our best foot forward, we'll battle hard, and we'll just have to see how the game goes.
As Atlantic Hockey champions, the Tigers earned an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament as the 16th seed, the lowest in the field. RIT earned a date with the top overall seed, Minnesota State Mankato. The corner crew was well represented at the Midwest Regional Semifinal in South Bend, Indiana. First period action. Alexander Kukali gets the Tigers on the board. In the first, with his 5th goal of the year, RIT led 1-0 after 1. Second period action. RIT a man down, and the Mavericks make them pay as CJ Franklin beats Jordan Ruby to tie the game at 1. It would stay that way until late in the third. Josh Mitchell, the shot and the goal, but it would initially be waved off because of interference. They would review the play, and the call was reversed. RIT took a 2-1 lead and would hold on for the victory, becoming the first 16th seed to beat a #1 seed in college hockey history.
13-2 with the shots here in this third in favor of the top seed in the entire tournament, Minnesota State. Here comes Mitchell on a shot! No, they waved it off! They waved it off!
McGowan made a really nice play entering the zone, and I made a nice draw pass, and Garbo was just going to that hard, and I was originally going to put it far pad, and just ended up in the back of the net. And
I started playing hockey at 6. I'm 49. That's a tough one to swallow. I saw their forward come in, and when his head swivels and he sees that our defenseman's in front of him, there's contact, goes into the goalie falls over, goes in the net.
No goal, so it has to be conclusive intervals that they can overturn it.
On that play, I thought the RIT player did push me into our goaltender. I guess the refs didn't see it that way.
From my perspective, I didn't really do that much. I was just going to the net hard. As the ref was coming out of the penalty box, he mouthed something to me, and I couldn't tell if it was good goal or no goal. And then the horn went off, so that was kind of my first reaction to it.
Got lucky, and thank my line mates for sure for doing their part. Definitely a big goal for our team, and now it's time to move forward and look forward to tomorrow night.
As I was speaking to the team between the second and third, being tied, I thought we're a very young team, so we've got to weather sometimes some hiccups. We survived kind of the second. I thought they came at us pretty strong, and sure enough, they came at us in the third as well. They really brought it at times, and I just thought going into the third period, there's just a lot of pressure on the number 1 seed. When it's, one shot could mean a goal, and that's basically what happened. We got a good opportunity in the third period. We drove the net. We thought it was a good goal. We rose to the occasion when we needed to, and we weathered the storms when we had to, and I couldn't be prouder of the guys.
But defense did a tremendous job, and just everyone in general blocking shots. That last minute was a little crazy, and they did a great job just laying the body in front of me and sealing up the win.
And it's at the line, and the hockey game is over. RIT has knocked off the top seed in the tournament.
The Tigers advance to the Midwest Regional Final to face off against Nebraska Omaha with a trip to Boston and the Frozen Four on the line. RIT looking for its second trip to the Frozen Four. Omaha in search of the program's first. RIT had plenty of chances all night here in the first. Chase Norris with the blast from the blue line. No. McGowan the rebound. Even Josh Mitchell had a crack at it, but Ryan Massa made the big save. Jordan Ruby made some big stops too. In the second, Ruby with the stop, and watch Mark Goldberg with the clear. It was scoreless after 2. Just a minute into the third, and Omaha strikes first as Jack Randolph scores 1-0 Omaha. Late in the period, RIT with a costly giveaway, and Omaha makes them pay. Austin Ortego scores to make it 2-zip. Just over a minute later, Omaha with a breakaway, and Justin Perisak beats Ruby glove side. Omaha would add an empty netter. They go on to beat RIT 4-zip to earn a trip to the Frozen Four.
And the Mavericks of Omaha come in with one more chance. They won't get it. They're going to win this game by a final of 4-0. They advance to the Frozen Four for the first time in program history. Disappointment for RIT.
It's always difficult to find words what to say at this time when you come in and you've just lost your game and end of your season. But again, to Nebraska Omaha, I thought they played a great game. I thought it was a great hockey game. Very proud of the way we played, and obviously disappointed with the loss. But it's going out with these guys this year. I couldn't be prouder, and I thought we still played hard and we still played the right way. And sometimes you just don't get the bounces.
Chances. Here's one, they score! Omaha, Randolph took the drop.
Yeah, that first goal is important at this time of year in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. I mean, you look at the all around the country and the games that have been played, that first goal is huge, and then you get the second one, it's kind of game over.
Here's a chance, they score! Austin Ortega!
Obviously, there after that first goal, they, were sparked a bit more than they were, and it was tough to find our legs there, I guess, a little bit. But you know what? We were just trying to grind it out, and you know there were a lot of times where we were just shaking our head, kind of frustrated.
What a save by Massa.
Face-off coming up in the Omaha.
A lot of the credit goes to Ryan. He kept us in for a while and the whole game, and without him, it's been a whole new game.
Doesn't have anything, puts on net. Massa bobbles it, and it leads to a scram and a second chance by Cameron coming late.
It's just my job, you know. On the roster, I'm listed as a goalie, so my job is to, you know, keep the puck out of the net at whatever cost it may be. So, for me, it was just a matter of time. You know, I just had to keep the boys settled, and fortunately, you know, Randy found the back of the net first, and then from there, you know, like I said, we just kept rolling. You know, they were a physical bunch. They put on, you know, one hell of a fight.
Hold his post there and get a pad on that. Good play by him and a good save to keep this a scoreless game here.
Yeah, they're a good hockey team. Obviously, you know, well coached, and they play a short pass game, and obviously a lot of talent, especially that top line of theirs.
Really proud of our seniors getting back to the tournament and their play and the bar that they set for our program again. And really proud of this group of players. And every year it's different, different dynamics on a team. And this is a really fun group to coach and to be around all year long. And you know, it was really a fun group, and you know, some years are just a little bit more fun, and it's not always about wins and losses. It's just being around the group and how they work every day, and you know, just their attitude around the rink on tough days and in good days.
I know I'm just grateful that we got this far, and I'm just proud of the boys and how well they worked, and they made a name for themselves. We put RIT back on that map nationally, and people now know it's RIT and not RIT.
While the season is now over for most of the Tigers, Matt Garbowski and Jordan Ruby continue to play on. Garbowski signed with the AHL's Rochester Americans, and goaltender Jordan Ruby inked a deal with Toledo of the ECHL. It was a season to remember for both the RIT men's and women's hockey teams, with both programs falling just one win shy of reaching the Frozen Four. We leave you now with a look back at the Tigers' remarkable run.
In front, the Kukali scores the first goal for the men at the RIT Gene Policini Center. Centering the camera, the backhander, and a goal. Here's Bully jumping in. Bully to win it. She does! Emily Bully wins it in overtime. This being the first year as a fully vetted Division I team. Mitchell with the turnover right out in front. This one back in. Well, Johnny, as the Tiger toss commences, the Teddy Bears coming onto the ice. Right in front, McGowan, all sorts of time. 2-0, RIT. Clear by North, going ahead to Garbowski. Whoa, Garbowski! Are you kidding?
Winning a championship is the main goal, and you know, that's definitely what we're trying to do.
Every year you want to build on the previous years. Last year, CHA champions, we want to go a step up.
Just start rolling with wins and anything can happen.
Gary coming up with it in front, McCulkey. Oh, Ruby, a big time save. Boy, this Tiger team is gelling at the right time.
I just got the puck from Colby. I broke down the ice and just shot it over a glove. I was just so excited it went in. It's just unbelievable.
Back to Garbowski, back to Mitchell, textbook by Getcher, the rebound, put back
in! Top seed overall in the tournament. There's certainly pressure on Minnesota State. They're facing a team from Atlantic Hockey and RIT. Now another chance, they score! Flipped in by the shots here in this third in favor of the top seed in the entire tournament, Minnesota State. Here comes Mitchell on the shot! a chance now. They get free. They got to get a shot. And Gervais didn't get much on it. Toward the front. Knocked out of there. And it's at the line. And the hockey game is over. RIT has knocked off the top seed in the tournament. They win it 2-1.